As I've mentioned before, Nintendo has made a living beating their competition with less powerful hardware. They're not focused on making the most powerful system as much as they're focused on fun and rewarding gaming experiences. Much of the criticism of Nintendo over the years has been about how they lag behind everyone else in power and capability. The Nintendo Switch 2 now has video chat features, and some have thrown shade on Nintendo for introducing a feature which their competitors have had for years. In the smartphone world, Android users have much to say about Apple bringing features to the iPhone Android users have had forever. They poke fun at Apple referring to these new features as innovations. They'd be right in their criticism, but what Android users don't understand, similar to what non-Nintendo consumers don't understand, is these massively successful companies have a consumer base with different priorities and different focus. The ecosystem of these two companies allows them to deliver features to their customer base that are old to those on the outside, but new and welcomed to those on the inside. Some said during the Switch reveal of the Switch 2 that games like Elden Ring, Final Fantasy Remake, and Street Fighter 6 are old games. They're not wrong, but this misses the point. People invested in the Switch platform can now play these games on their console of choice. They don't have to get another gaming system or buy a gaming PC to enjoy these games. They can enjoy these third-party titles on the same system they play Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon. iPhones sell 10 times more than any other smartphone, and the mass of people who are not interested in leaving the Apple ecosystem now get to enjoy features from other smartphones on their smartphone. The features, and in Nintendo's case, the games, being older is irrelevant. Those people on those ecosystems can now have their cake and eat it too. As I said before, if Nintendo can have all the big-time third-party games, along with their industry-leading first-party and in-house titles, they'd have a monopoly without having to buy anyone. They stub their toe with their pricing, but I digress. These other platforms aren't getting any Mario, Zelda, or Pokemon games anytime soon. Tens of millions of people will now be able to enjoy games they didn't have an opportunity to play because they wouldn't run well on Switch 1. Apple and Nintendo are both specialist companies. They dabble in other things, but they focus mostly on one or two product lines. Apple with smartphones and PCs, and Nintendo with video games. You usually get better products from a company focused on one type of product. Nintendo and Apple both have proven this over the years, beating out the do-it-all companies like Sony, Samsung, and Huawei. They're also similar in not having the bleeding-edge specs of other competitors. This is also irrelevant, as iPhone users value a simple and intuitive user experience, and Nintendo gamers value accessibility and fun over specs and bells and whistles. I used to hate Apple for all the anti-consumer things they did until I realized every other company does the same thing. When they took away the removable battery, headphone jack, and charger from the box, everyone else followed. Nintendo has their share of anti-consumer things they do as well, right along with everyone else. Some people want bleeding-edge tech in their products, yet the numbers show the majority of consumers don't care as long as it's a quality experience for them. Those who throw shade on Apple and Nintendo have to understand people value different things. Those who want the best graphical fidelity won't bother with a Nintendo product. They look out for offerings from Microsoft and Sony, or they'll go the PC route. Those who value fun over graphics, which has been proven many times to be the significant majority of video game consumers, will look to Nintendo, as this is where they shine. There are non-Nintendo games like this too, like Stardew Valley, Balatro, or Terraria. The best-selling game ever is Minecraft, far from being a graphical or technological benchmark. Chasing the dragon of technology will eventually lead to diminishing returns. This is where we're at right now. Stretching the limits of creativity will always reap great benefits, which is Nintendo's specialty.